Here are 5 of the best Apple Vision Pro spatial games on Apple Arcade. Definitely the most in-depth game on Vision Pro right now is Synth Riders. Many compare this one to the classic VR rhythm game Beat Sabers. Synth Riders is a freestyle dance rhythm game where you catch notes, ride the rails, and dodge obstacles to the beat of the music. On Vision Pro, the game turns the space around you into a retro, futuristic world. It's basically full VR. If you don't want full immersion, you can let the room that you're in become the stage. This version of the game also has brand new audio reactive spatial environment with dynamic visuals custom built specifically for Apple Vision Pro. This one is also just a really good showcase of Vision Pro's excellent hand tracking, as the game requires fast movement. Up next is Super Fruit Ninja. We've known about this one for quite a while, that it was coming to Vision Pro through Apple Arcade, but it's definitely worth noting that this is quite different to the original Fruit Ninja VR. This version is not a VR version. Instead, it brings the traditional 2D user interfaces and fruit slicing gameplay into the real 3D space around you. Launching fruit at the player in this version uses a set of cannons in the virtual space, and then you can just use your hands to slice the fruit. It's kind of cool. Slice and dice pineapples and watermelons by jabbing at them, send bombs away by pushing them to a far wall, and fire shuriken into fruit by brushing the palms in an outward direction. There are 4 modes that you can try out right now in the game, and you can also play fetch with truffles, and you can pat him using your hands. So if you don't have a pet, you can pat this weird thing. Moving on, we have Game Room. This is one of the first Vision Pro multiplayer experiences. You can play with up to 4 players, and you can try out classic games from chess, solitaire, hearts, yacht, and sea battle. Players can join online matches against other users on Apple Vision Pro, iPhone, and iPad. It's weird that there is no Mac and Apple TV version, but I don't know. Spatial computing merges fantasy and real life to bring these familiar tabletop classics back into your home with no cards or pieces required. You can also enable full immersion to play the minigames in a custom-built room that the game provides, or a different environment of your choosing through Apple's ecosystem thing, I don't know, or play the game in the real space around you. Here we have the Vision Pro version of What the Golf. The Apple Vision Pro version takes advantage of the headset to turn the space around the player into a hands-on playground. Every level in this game brings a new definition of golf. So bring your car to the driving range, golf a bird to get a birdie, or a house and get a home in one. 50 plus original levels have been adapted for spatial, with more levels coming in future updates. You can also play with your hands or with a controller, which is cool. It's definitely not the most in-depth game to try on Vision Pro right now. It's pretty casual, but it's cool to see the levels you've played and loved on an iPhone or iPad or Mac in the past, but now kind of in the real world. Just looking around and then teeing up the perfect shot could be really fun for some of you. Now it's time to look at LEGO Builder's Journey. This is an aesthetic and atmospheric geometric puzzle game set in a completely LEGO brick-based environment. In the Vision Pro version, players can pick up, twirl, and place LEGO bricks with their fingers as they solve puzzles brick by brick to progress through levels interconnected via subtle narrative storytelling. Players can either display the level in a colored space with slight transparency or right in front of you. It's kind of similar to LEGO Bricktales on MetaQuest 3. However, this version is definitely more casual and you can finish it very quickly. Still, I know it's just a LEGO game, but if you own a Vision Pro, it's definitely worth checking out, as the detail on the LEGO pieces looks really good, fantastic. And it's also just a good showcase of the Vision Pro spatial technology. Here are some bonus games. Stitch is a beautiful and calming puzzle game featuring a realistic embroidery engine that allows players to enjoy the feel of playing with real embroidery thread on Apple Vision Pro. The classic tower defense game, Bloons TD6, is available on Vision Pro, but it's played more on a virtual screen with some of the UI and gameplay elements appearing out in the 3D space. Cut the Rope 3. It's more a virtual screen in your space, but the outside of the screen has been replaced with 3D textures. Pretty mediocre. With Wildflowers, you still have a virtual screen, but when you tend to your garden, it will appear in the space around you, and dandelions can also pop out of the screen and some of the UI. It's kind of cool, but it's nothing special. Last is Jetpack Joyride 2. Yes, this one is also played on a virtual screen, but it places you in a completely virtual environment. Bit of a gimmick, but it's worth checking out because you can look around and some of the elements kind of you can interact with kind of. It's cool, but it's, yeah, a bit of a gimmick. So, what do you think of these Vision Pro games? Are you impressed or disappointed? Let me know in the comments. I've been putting off uploading this video for about 2 weeks, as I'm unsure if it will receive much interest from you folks, and the gaming experience is extremely limited right now and maybe a bit embarrassing. For good or bad, I really do like to cover gaming on all major Apple platforms on this channel, so I thought it was worth taking a look at Vision Pro gaming. I don't actually own a Vision Pro yet, as I live in Australia and it's only available in the US, but most of this footage in this video has been provided to me by developers, and I just want to say thank you so much for that. Once Aussies can get their hands on this very expensive device, or devs can provide me with some footage, I hope to continue with uploading more videos about Vision Pro games. My name is Stewie, and thanks for watching.